headed to LA, my hometown.
This candle just reminds me so much of growing up in LA.
The local bartender I found, a friend told me about in Malibu.
You know what? This knife reminds me of growing up in LA.
One of my favorite bars on the beach.
Kosher salt brings me back to my days in LA. I'm an LA native. I am a Los Angelite.
Never been a bartender. I was a great hostess.
Great.
We have big time memories in Malibu. I'm not sure it's gonna be our forte. There's gotta be a better word for that. So I really try to maximize as much as I can get in there. No, it's so easy.
my God.
Some people know their hometown. Others confidently play tour guide while spectacularly bombing every local reference they attempt. Episode 7 delivered the latter as someone tried to showcase LA expertise while revealing how disconnected they'd become from their supposed stomping grounds.
I am headed to LA, my hometown, which is where Heather and I first met.
The confidence never wavered, even as the knowledge consistently fell flat. From basic local understanding to insider access claims, every attempt to demonstrate LA authority backfired in ways that created genuine secondhand embarrassment.
So I really try to maximize as much as I can get in there, work and fun.
What made these failures particularly brutal was watching someone position themselves as the perfect LA guide while clearly operating from tourist-level information and outdated understanding. The spectacle of bombing your own city while maintaining unwavering confidence created television moments that were equal parts fascinating and uncomfortable. Buckle up for 9 moments where hometown authority claims crashed into reality, proving that living somewhere and actually knowing it are two completely different things. The first spectacular failure began immediately when Meghan couldn't simply announce a trip to Los Angeles without establishing herself as someone with deep local knowledge and insider access to the city's best experiences. What followed was a series of authority claims that would consistently fall flat throughout the episode. The opening gambit started with her positioning herself as someone who had mastered the strategic approach to LA visits, capable of expertly guiding experiences and maximizing opportunities for visitors like Heather.
Whenever I head down into LA, it's about, with traffic sometimes it could be a 2-hour drive.
Her commentary about maximizing LA experiences revealed someone who thought about the city in terms of optimization and logistics rather than organic familiarity. Real locals don't strategize their hometown visits, they just navigate them naturally. The authority claims intensified when she started describing her planned activities as if she had curated the perfect LA experience through superior local knowledge and insider connections.
We're gonna perfect our cocktail making skills with the help of a local bartender I found.
Her description of finding a local bartender and having a friend tell her about a pottery studio revealed someone operating from recommendations rather than personal discovery. These weren't insider spots she knew intimately, they were places she'd researched or been directed to by others. But the opening gambit reached peak awkwardness when she started positioning herself as the perfect guide for showing Heather authentic LA experiences, while clearly approaching the city like a tourist herself.
So I have it all planned out. Just gonna go and sit and have some drinks.
Her casual reference to one of my favorite bars felt forced and performative, especially given that she'd just admitted to needing recommendations for activities and having to strategically plan her visits to maximize efficiency. The failure became most obvious when she seemed genuinely unaware that her authority claims were undermining themselves through her obvious reliance on external suggestions and strategic planning, rather than intimate local knowledge.
And Heather, just the greatest. And she's one of my favorite people to travel with.
Even her description of Heather emphasized traveling together no matter where we are, suggesting someone who saw LA as just another destination rather than home base, where she could showcase genuine local expertise. What made this hometown authority opening gambit particularly embarrassing was how it set expectations for insider knowledge that the rest of the episode would consistently fail to deliver. The confidence was high, but the actual demonstration of LA expertise would prove painfully superficial throughout their supposed hometown adventure. The second spectacular failure occurred when Meghan attempted to demonstrate her sophisticated LA knowledge through her choice of pottery activity in Malibu, only to reveal someone operating from basic tourist research rather than genuine local insider information. What unfolded was a masterclass in hometown authority falling apart under scrutiny. The meltdown began when she positioned the pottery studio visit as evidence of her ability to discover unique LA experiences through superior local connections and knowledge of hidden gems that typical visitors wouldn't know about.
Heather and I are going to do some pottery, which I'm excited about.
Her admission that a friend told her about the studio immediately undermined any claims to personal discovery or intimate local knowledge. Real hometown experts don't get recommendations for local activities from friends. They know about them organically through years of living in the area. The failure intensified when her commentary revealed someone approaching Malibu pottery as a novelty activity rather than something she had familiarity with through previous local exploration and experience.
All right, let's see how we do. All right.
So artsy for a day.
Yeah, let's be artsy.
Her artsy for a day comment revealed someone treating local cultural activities like temporary entertainment rather than demonstrating ongoing engagement with LA's creative scene. A true local authority would have context about the pottery community or artistic culture, rather than treating it as a tourist novelty. But the meltdown reached peak awkwardness when she started making basic observations about pottery techniques as if she was discovering them for the first time, despite positioning herself as someone familiar with LA's creative offerings.
Isn't that just the way of the world? You're not going to do anything until you're centered.
Her philosophical observations about centering and Malibu's therapeutic qualities sounded like someone reading from a wellness tourism brochure, rather than sharing authentic local experience. The commentary felt performed and superficial, rather than genuinely informed. The hometown authority completely collapsed when she started making tourist-level observations about their pottery results while clearly having no context for evaluating quality or technique beyond basic enthusiasm.
They look great. What do you guys think?
I think we both made beautiful mugs.
Yes.
Her generic excitement about their pottery outcomes revealed someone with no baseline for comparison or evaluation, despite claiming local expertise that should have included familiarity with Malibu's artistic community and standards. What made this pottery studio Malibu meltdown particularly embarrassing was how it exposed the fundamental superficiality of her LA knowledge claims. Instead of demonstrating intimate familiarity with local creative scenes, she revealed someone approaching her own hometown cultural activities with the same novelty-seeking attitude as any tourist discovering new experiences. The contrast between her confident positioning as a local authority and her obvious unfamiliarity with basic LA cultural offerings created uncomfortable viewing that highlighted just how disconnected she'd become from authentic hometown knowledge while still maintaining the pretense of insider expertise. The third spectacular failure unfolded when Meghan attempted to showcase her LA insider knowledge through her selection of a mixology expert, only to reveal someone who had clearly done basic research rather than leveraging genuine local connections. What followed was an uncomfortable demonstration of hometown authority claims crashing into obvious unfamiliarity. The disaster began when she positioned her bartender choice as evidence of her ability to find quality local talent through superior knowledge of LA's cocktail scene and professional networks.
We're going to perfect our cocktail making skills with the help of a local bartender I found.
Her use of found immediately undermined any claims to local expertise or established connections. Real hometown authorities don't find local professionals. They know them through ongoing community engagement or have established relationships built over time. The failure intensified when her interaction with the mixology expert revealed someone meeting him for the first time, rather than reconnecting with a known local contact who could provide insider access to LA's cocktail culture.
Again, lovely to meet you. We decided to come back here and familiarize ourselves with the space.
Her formal introduction and need to familiarize themselves with the space revealed someone approaching this as a tourist activity rather than demonstrating the kind of casual familiarity that genuine local expertise would provide. But the disaster reached peak awkwardness when she attempted to engage with his professional background while clearly knowing nothing about his credentials or place within LA's bartending community.
Did you watch Suits?
No. I don't watch basic cable.
Her random mention of Suits during a conversation about his career transition from law revealed someone making desperate connections rather than engaging authentically with local professional culture. The bartender's dismissive response highlighted how off-base her reference was. The hometown authority completely collapsed when she started making basic observations about cocktail preparation, as if she was discovering mixology techniques for the first time, despite positioning herself as someone familiar with LA's bar scene.
Never been a bartender. I was a great hostess.
Great.
Remember when I was a hostess at Mirabelle?
Her admission about never bartending while referencing a single hostessing job revealed someone with minimal actual experience in LA's hospitality industry, despite claiming insider knowledge of local bartending talent. The defensive commentary about understanding her lane suggested someone uncomfortable with being exposed as inexperienced. What made this bartender discovery disaster particularly embarrassing was how it exposed the fundamental shallowness of her local professional connection. Instead of demonstrating established relationships within LA's cocktail community, she revealed someone who had obviously done basic research to find available bartending instruction rather than leveraging genuine insider access. The contrast between her confident claims about finding quality local talent and her obvious unfamiliarity with both the professional and the establishment created uncomfortable viewing that highlighted how disconnected she'd become from authentic LA industry relationships, while still maintaining the pretense of local authority and insider knowledge. The fourth spectacular failure emerged when Meghan attempted to demonstrate deep Malibu familiarity through shared memories with Heather, only to reveal someone whose local knowledge was based on isolated tourist experiences rather than genuine ongoing connection to the area. What unfolded was an uncomfortable performance of hometown intimacy that fell apart under examination. The fabrication began when she positioned their Malibu pottery visit as a return to familiar territory where she could share authentic local experiences and meaningful location-based memories with her visiting friend.
Right, we're in Malibu. Slow it down.
Her sudden invocation of big-time memories felt forced and performative, especially given that she'd just admitted needing friend recommendations to find local activities. Real hometown familiarity doesn't require dramatic declarations about having memories in specific areas. The failure intensified when she started describing their half-marathon experience as if this single event constituted deep Malibu knowledge and ongoing local connection, rather than acknowledging it as an isolated athletic activity.
When I was driving in, I went, oh my gosh, that's where we stopped.
Her commentary about not preparing for hills revealed someone who had approached Malibu as an outsider rather than someone with intimate knowledge of the terrain. Local experts don't get surprised by basic geographic features of areas they claim to know well, but the fabrication reached peak awkwardness when she tried to use their race placement as evidence of athletic competence while simultaneously admitting they were unprepared for basic course characteristics.
But what place did we come in?
13th and 14th? Yeah, we were
Pretty good.
Her emphasis on their race placement, followed by immediate mention of post-race drinks, revealed someone trying to claim athletic achievement while highlighting behavior that suggested casual participation, rather than serious local running community engagement. The hometown authority completely collapsed when she seemed unaware that referencing a single half-marathon from years ago actually highlighted her disconnection from ongoing Malibu community involvement rather than demonstrating local expertise.
It's actually therapeutic.
right. We're in Malibu. Slow it down.
Her generic observations about Malibu's therapeutic qualities and lifestyle pace sounded like someone repeating wellness tourism cliches rather than sharing authentic local insights developed through regular community engagement and ongoing residence. What made this Malibu memory lane fabrication particularly embarrassing was how it exposed the fundamental superficiality of her area knowledge. Instead of demonstrating ongoing local connection, she revealed someone whose familiarity was based on isolated tourist-style experiences that any visitor could have. The contrast between her confident positioning as someone with deep Malibu ties and her obvious reliance on single-event memories created uncomfortable viewing that highlighted how disconnected she'd become from authentic local community involvement, while still maintaining the pretense of hometown authority and area expertise through dramatic memory lane references. The fifth spectacular failure occurred when Meghan attempted to demonstrate her LA insider status through casual references to favorite local establishments, only to reveal someone whose bar knowledge appeared to be based on basic research rather than genuine regular patronage. What followed was an uncomfortable display of performed familiarity that highlighted her disconnection from authentic local scene knowledge. The fiction began when she couldn't simply mention going for drinks without establishing that she had preferred venues that demonstrated superior local taste and ongoing community engagement within LA's hospitality scene.
Just gonna go and sit and have some drinks at one of my favorite bars on the beach.
Her casual reference to one of my favorite bars felt immediately performative, especially given the context of needing friend recommendations for pottery studios and having to find local bartenders. Real regulars don't announce their favorite status, they simply go to places they know. The failure intensified when her interaction at the actual venue revealed someone who clearly wasn't a known patron or regular customer, despite her previous claims about having favorite beach establishments.
Hello! Oh, there's an expert in the house.
No worries.
Oh, hi. Meghan, lovely to meet
Pleasure.
you.
Her need to familiarize themselves with the space contradicted her earlier positioning of this as a favorite venue. Regular patrons don't need familiarization time. They know the layout, staff, and atmosphere through ongoing patronage experience. But the fiction reached peak awkwardness when she started making basic observations about the bar environment as if she was discovering it for the first time despite claiming it as one of her preferred LA drinking establishments.
We're gonna be friends for a long time.
Her immediate bonding attempts with the bartender revealed someone trying to establish instant familiarity rather than demonstrating existing relationships that regular patronage would have created. The forced camaraderie highlighted her obvious unfamiliarity with the venue and staff. The hometown authority completely collapsed when she seemed genuinely surprised by basic cocktail information and preparation techniques, despite positioning herself as someone familiar with LA's bar scene through regular venue attendance.
Oh, mixology is like baking.
Here we go.
It's a little, it's precise as baking.
Her discovery-oriented commentary about mixology principles revealed someone learning basic cocktail concepts for the first time rather than someone with established knowledge from regular bar patronage and local scene engagement. What made this beach bar favorite fiction particularly embarrassing was how it exposed the fundamental superficiality of her venue knowledge claims. Instead of demonstrating ongoing relationships with local establishments, she revealed someone who had obviously selected this location through research rather than personal preference developed through regular patronage. The contrast between her confident positioning as someone with favorite local venues and her obvious unfamiliarity with both the space and staff created uncomfortable viewing that highlighted how disconnected she'd become from authentic LA hospitality scene engagement, while still maintaining the pretense of insider status and regular local community participation. The sixth spectacular failure unfolded when Meghan attempted to demonstrate her LA hospitality industry credibility through references to past work experience, only to reveal someone whose professional background was far more limited than her confident commentary suggested. What followed was an uncomfortable overreach that highlighted the gap between claimed expertise and actual experience. The overreach began when she couldn't simply acknowledge her lack of bartending experience without positioning her limited hostessing background as evidence of broader hospitality industry knowledge and professional competence.
Never been a bartender. I was a great hostess.
Her emphasis on being a great hostess revealed someone trying to establish professional credibility through a single job reference, rather than demonstrating ongoing industry engagement or comprehensive hospitality experience within LA's restaurant scene. The failure intensified when she started making philosophical observations about understanding her professional limitations while simultaneously trying to leverage minimal experience as evidence of industry insight.
Do you want to be a waitress? I was like, I'm really good at hostessing. That is not my lane.
Her commentary about understanding her lane revealed someone trying to frame limited experience as professional wisdom rather than acknowledging that hostessing at a single establishment provided minimal insight into LA's broader hospitality industry and bartending culture. But the overreach reached peak awkwardness when she seemed to believe that her hostessing experience provided relevant context for evaluating cocktail preparation and mixology expertise, despite the obvious disconnect between greeting customers and bartending skills.
I will take less tips, but do the thing that I'm really good at.
Yeah.
Well,
Her defensive explanation about choosing hostessing over waitressing highlighted someone who had remained in a comfort zone rather than developing broader hospitality skills, yet was now positioning this limited experience as professional qualification for understanding bar operations. The hometown authority completely collapsed when she seemed unaware that referencing a single hostessing position from years ago actually undermined rather than supported any claims to current LA hospitality industry knowledge or professional credibility.
You can feel good about yourself.
feels like speakeasy and cool and not so aggressive.
Her basic observations about cocktail atmosphere and presentation revealed someone learning about bar culture in real time rather than drawing from professional experience or ongoing industry engagement within LA's cocktail scene. What made this hostessing experience overreach particularly embarrassing was how it exposed the fundamental limitation of her hospitality industry background. Instead of demonstrating comprehensive professional knowledge, she revealed someone whose experience was confined to a single role at one establishment years ago. The contrast between her confident positioning as someone with relevant hospitality experience and her obvious unfamiliarity with current industry standards and practices created uncomfortable viewing that highlighted how disconnected she'd become from authentic professional development, while still maintaining the pretense of industry knowledge through dramatic overstatement of limited work history. The seventh spectacular failure emerged when Meghan attempted to demonstrate intimate LA neighborhood knowledge through descriptions of her running routine with Heather, only to reveal someone whose familiarity was limited to a single predetermined route rather than comprehensive area understanding. What followed was an uncomfortable display of performed local expertise that highlighted significant knowledge gaps. The embarrassment began when she couldn't simply mention their exercise history without positioning it as evidence of deep neighborhood engagement and ongoing community connection within LA's fitness culture.
We lived really close to each other also, so we would wake up and meet each other at the bottom of my street.
Her emphasis on meeting at that little intersection felt performative, as if referencing specific locations would demonstrate intimate neighborhood knowledge, rather than acknowledging that following the same route repeatedly provides limited understanding of broader area geography and community dynamics. The failure intensified when she started describing their running pattern as if it represented comprehensive local exploration, rather than revealing the routine-based limitations of her actual neighborhood familiarity.
And we would run 5 miles every morning to start our day together.
Her focus on the singular 5-mile route revealed someone whose local knowledge was confined to a specific path rather than demonstrating the kind of varied exploration that would provide genuine neighborhood expertise and community understanding. But the embarrassment reached peak awkwardness when she seemed to believe that following the same same running route for years constituted comprehensive area knowledge rather than recognizing it as extremely limited geographic familiarity.
And that became so much a part of our friendship, was really taking care of ourselves together.
Her philosophical commentary about friendship and self-care revealed someone trying to elevate routine exercise into something more meaningful rather than acknowledging that repetitive route following provided minimal insight into broader neighborhood character and local community dynamics. The hometown authority completely collapsed when she seemed unaware that referencing a single running route actually highlighted her limited exploration of LA neighborhoods rather than demonstrating the kind of comprehensive local knowledge that genuine area expertise would require.
Whenever I head down into LA, it's about, with traffic, sometimes it could be a 2-hour drive.
Her acknowledgement of treating LA visits as logistical challenges requiring 2-hour drives contradicted any claims to intimate neighborhood knowledge developed through regular running routines and ongoing local community engagement. What made this running route expertise embarrassment particularly uncomfortable was how it exposed the fundamental narrowness of her local geographic knowledge. Instead of demonstrating comprehensive neighborhood understanding, she revealed someone whose familiarity was confined to a single predetermined path repeated over time. The contrast between her confident positioning as someone with deep local area knowledge and her obvious limitation to routine-based familiarity created uncomfortable viewing that highlighted how restricted her actual LA neighborhood engagement had become, while still maintaining the pretense of comprehensive local expertise through dramatic overstatement of limited geographic experience. The eighth spectacular failure occurred when Meghan attempted to showcase her sophisticated LA lifestyle knowledge through her selection and presentation of activities, only to reveal someone whose choices were based on basic tourist research rather than genuine insider understanding of the city's cultural offerings. What followed was an uncomfortable demonstration of lifestyle authority claims that consistently missed the mark. The catastrophe began when she couldn't simply plan activities without positioning herself as someone who could curate authentic LA experiences through superior knowledge of the city's hidden gems and cultural sophistication.
I'm not sure it's going to be our forte, but I thought, why not try something new?
Her admission that pottery wasn't their forte, while simultaneously framing it as a thoughtful activity choice, revealed someone making random selections rather than leveraging genuine knowledge of LA's creative scene and cultural offerings. The failure intensified when her activity descriptions revealed someone approaching LA entertainment options like a tourist consulting travel guides, rather than demonstrating the kind of organic familiarity that genuine local expertise would provide.
One of my favorite things is to create a spa-like experience.
Her pivot to creating spa experiences revealed someone trying to establish lifestyle authority through generic wellness concepts, rather than demonstrating specific knowledge of LA's actual spa and wellness scene or local resources. But the catastrophe reached peak awkwardness when she started making basic lifestyle observations as if she was sharing sophisticated insights, rather than acknowledging she was following obvious tourist-level activity suggestions.
You can create the same thing in your shower. They're easy to travel with, too.
Her uncertainty about basic product terminology while trying to demonstrate lifestyle expertise revealed someone operating from limited knowledge rather than the kind of comprehensive understanding that genuine LA lifestyle authority would require. The hometown authority completely collapsed when she seemed unaware that her activity choices and lifestyle recommendations were revealing someone disconnected from authentic local culture rather than demonstrating insider access to LA's sophisticated offerings.
I have something for you. A few extra shower soothers to take home.
Her enthusiastic presentation of basic DIY spa products as thoughtful gifts revealed someone who thought elementary craft projects constituted sophisticated lifestyle curation rather than understanding what genuine LA cultural sophistication would actually involve. What made this lifestyle activity curation catastrophe particularly embarrassing was how it exposed the fundamental superficiality of her cultural knowledge claims. Instead of demonstrating authentic engagement with LA's creative and wellness communities, she revealed someone whose activity selection was based on basic research and generic lifestyle concepts. The contrast between her confident positioning as someone who could curate sophisticated LA experiences and her obvious reliance on tourist-level activities and elementary lifestyle tips created uncomfortable viewing that highlighted how disconnected she'd become from authentic local cultural engagement while still maintaining the pretense of insider lifestyle authority. The ninth and final spectacular failure occurred when Meghan attempted to salvage her LA authority claims through elaborate gift-giving that positioned her as the thoughtful local host, only to reveal someone whose overcompensation highlighted just how disconnected her hometown experience had actually been. What followed was an uncomfortable conclusion that exposed the fundamental gap between performed and authentic local expertise. The overcompensation finale began when she couldn't simply end their trip without creating elaborate presentations around gifts that would demonstrate her superior understanding of LA lifestyle and thoughtful hosting abilities.
I have something for you. A few extra shower soothers to take home.
Her enthusiastic presentation of basic DIY spa products as meaningful LA souvenirs revealed someone trying to create significance through craft projects, rather than sharing authentic local products or experiences that would demonstrate genuine hometown knowledge. The failure intensified when she started explaining the simplicity of her gift creation, as if basic crafting constituted sophisticated lifestyle knowledge, rather than acknowledging these were elementary projects anyone could complete.
And you just make them with a little flexible ice cube tray.
Yep, you make that look so easy.
Her insistence on the project's simplicity, while Heather expressed difficulty, revealed someone desperate to maintain lifestyle authority even when her gifts were clearly basic craft activities rather than sophisticated LA cultural offerings. But the overcompensation reached peak awkwardness when she continued layering gifts as if quantity could substitute for the authentic local experiences her hometown authority claims had failed to deliver throughout the episode.
And then
I love that.
these thumbprint cookies. They're
Her
just,
detailed explanation
little
of basic
cookies, and they're
cookie-making
filled with my
techniques
preserved-
revealed someone trying to establish expertise through elementary baking, rather than demonstrating the kind of sophisticated local knowledge that genuine LA authority would provide. The hometown authority completely collapsed when she seemed unaware that her elaborate gift presentations were highlighting her inability to provide authentic LA experiences rather than demonstrating thoughtful local hosting.
I'm so glad you came for this little getaway. It's just good for us to carve out time for ourselves.
Her sentimental conclusion about their friendship and future time together avoided any acknowledgement of how superficial their LA experience had actually been, suggesting someone unable to recognize her own hometown authority failures. What made this gift-giving hometown overcompensation finale particularly embarrassing was how it highlighted the fundamental emptiness of her LA expertise claims. Instead of providing authentic local experiences, she had resorted to generic activities and basic craft projects while maintaining the pretense of sophisticated hometown knowledge. The contrast between her confident positioning as the perfect LA guide and her obvious reliance on tourist-level activities, basic crafts, and overcompensating gift presentations created a finale that perfectly encapsulated 9 episodes worth of hometown authority failures in her own city. Episode 7 of With Love, Meghan proved that living somewhere and actually knowing it are two completely different skill sets. What should have been an authentic hometown experience became a masterclass in how someone can spectacularly fail at demonstrating local expertise in their own city. From opening authority claims to overcompensating gift finales, every attempt to showcase LA knowledge revealed someone operating from tourist-level understanding while desperately maintaining insider expertise pretense. The confidence never wavered even as the knowledge consistently fell flat. The 9 failures weren't just embarrassing moments, they were systematic exposures of someone fundamentally disconnected from authentic local community engagement. Whether finding bartenders, needing friend recommendations, or treating basic crafts as sophisticated lifestyle knowledge, the pattern was unmistakable. What made these hometown failures particularly uncomfortable was watching someone seem genuinely unaware of how out of touch they appeared. The gap between claimed expertise and demonstrated knowledge created cringeworthy television that highlighted the difference between performing familiarity and actually possessing it. The spectacle of bombing your own city while confidently playing tour guide was both fascinating and deeply uncomfortable to witness. So which hometown authority failure made you cringe the hardest? Was it the pottery studio friend recommendation, the bartender discovery, or the elaborate gift overcompensation that couldn't mask the superficial LA experience? Drop your thoughts below, because watching someone fail this spectacularly at their own city while maintaining unwavering confidence was television gold. Smash that like button if this breakdown explained why every LA moment felt performative rather than authentic. Subscribe because we've got one more episode to analyze, and hit that notification bell because the final episode somehow makes these hometown authority claims look competent by comparison.